Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Timothy here. I pray that you've all had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, start to your day. And yeah, it was a little rainy here earlier, but now it's a little more sunny outside. I'm so excited to be able to have this opportunity to be able to share with you guys this free online voice lesson. You get a chance to see what I do. And I have one of my students here today, Beverly Burton, songstress.
Hey,
like she's an awesome singer that I've been working with for about 7 months now. She is a fantastic singer and pianist. And so I asked her if she would have any time that, to come in and then to help me do this free online session so you guys get a chance to see what we do in our lessons online and in person. She's here in person, of course, but you get a chance to see how things would work if you had a lesson with me. And so I just want to get started just by talking a little bit about the voice, okay? And so with voice training, it's really important that you understand your apparatus, your voice itself. Your voice is an instrument, right? And so some of the things that I'm going to be talking about are your resonances, learning how to breathe properly. I'm going to do a few exercises with Beverly, and then I'm going to go into a Q&A session where you guys can ask me questions about anything that you would like to know pertaining to singing, how you can register for lessons with me online or in person here if you're local here in New York. Yeah, so let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is what I call the vocal house. In the vocal house, you have 3 different resonances, right? And many of you have probably heard of this before. Beverly, can you tell me what those 3 resonances are?
I can. It's your chest resonance, your mixed resonance, and your head resonance.
All right. So with those 3 resonances, you have different qualities in the voice sound, but it's all one voice. Right? So she used chest resonance. Some people say chest voice, mixed voice and head voice. But both are acceptable, both are okay. And those are things that I teach you how to use, in your voice range, like to help you grow your range as well, to how to utilize your voice as one voice, that you don't compartmentalize things, but that you actually learn how to flow through those resonances with ease. I teach you how to learn how to use your breathing in tandem with that, to be able to support your breath, to your singing, your voice, and some other things as well. So what I'm going to do right now, I've talked about those 3 resonances. I don't want to give you all the tips because then you won't sign up for lessons. But but those 3, we have 3 voice resonances, right? Chest voice, mixed voice, and head voice. And in those 3 resonances, we also have spaces that we occupy. Okay? And these spaces are where you will feel the vibration of those resonances. So if you don't mind, Beverly, you can tell them what those 4 spaces are.
Sure. So within those 3 spaces, we have our chest cavity, our chest resonance.
Right.
We also have our throat resonance, which is
throat space, yeah.
Throat space, right, which is in the mixed voice. And then we have our nasal space, and then we have our head space. Right.
So with those 4 spaces, I teach you how to utilize those spaces by using by sensing, so to speak, the vibration in the area of where you're singing from, so that you understand whether or not I'll give you this example. A lot of people, when they sing, they tend to use just the throat. And so when they go higher and higher, if they're going, la, and then they go la, and you're screaming at that point. You don't want to scream, right? You want to learn how to go through the different spaces, through the different resonances, so that you can be able to sing comfortably in your voice. Yes. All right, so that's just a little tip about the vocal house. There are also things included in that we use for the articulators, right? The articulators are what we use to speak. They're different parts of the mouth and the jaw. So all of that is included. You have the lips, the tongue, the teeth, and the jaw. Those are your articulators, what we use to speak with. So that's a part of the vocal house. I always say that the vocal house goes from the chest up. Now, from the chest down, you can't have a house without electricity, right? So from the chest down, I call it the electricity for the vocal house. Can you tell me what those are? Do you remember?
Let's see if I do. Don't judge me if I don't. But I'm assuming that they are diaphragm.
Diaphragm is 1.
Is 1. Our lungs.
Our lungs is 2.
Our Abdominal muscles.
Abdominal muscles, all three. All right, let's go. Good student. So that's what so I call that the electricity for the vocal house. Okay? So if you use your abdominal muscles, if you're using that to support the diaphragm, it will allow you to be able to have better support in your breathing when it goes into the lungs and comes out for you to sing with. Okay? So I definitely want to show you a few of those exercises now with the breathing.
Okay.
So Beverly, if you can just put your hands here. Yeah? And you're going to take a nice deep breath in from below in the diaphragm. So you take a nice deep breath in. And you see how she's expanding here? Right? That's the kind of breathing that you want. You want to make sure that you are expanding from below. You never want to start here. You want to start here. So you take a nice deep breath in again. Release it. Yeah, you see how it contracted? Now breathe in again. Nice big spaces there, right? She's filling up pockets of air there. The diaphragm, it expands. You can release, I'm sorry. It expands like a tire. So the more air you're able to fill up with, the better your support system will be when you sing, right? You always want to make sure that you're singing on the breath. You have a lot of people who tend to speak and they say a lot of words and then afterwards you hear them go, they have like a sigh at the end because they didn't use the air. So you always want to make sure that you're singing and speaking on the breath, okay? To keep a nice circulatory flow of your breath. And there are some other things that we do, like with breath control and things like that. But I wanted to show that so that you guys get an idea of how you're supposed to do this. She's going to take a breath in again, and she's going to release it on a sigh. Okay? So you see how she's releasing that, and it gives a nice solid sound. Now, if she were to do this incorrectly, and I said she would, let's say, for example, she took a shallow breath or she breathed from her lung area first, or tried to anyway, and then she tried to release that same sound. Just try and do that.
Ha!
Yeah.
Ha!
Yeah, it's not as, right, so it's not as sustained. She can't hold it as long. Number one. Number two, she can't project it as loud as she wants to. Now, if you do it the correct way again and give me the biggest projection that you can give.
Got it.
Breathe in.
Ha!
But you see how she was able to hold the breath a lot longer because she had a better support. I feel like you can give me even more sound. Like sometimes she gets a little, she doesn't want to.
I'm still running breath.
But she does really well. Like she just has to release it. Ha! Push it forward with your abdominal muscles. Remember, they support.
Ha!
There you go. So you want to make sure that you're using that breath to sing on. I always liken it to the image of Aladdin and a flying carpet. Your voice is like Aladdin, and the flying carpet is your air. So when you're breathing and you take that air in and you release it, you're singing on the breath. That gives you stability in your voice. Okay? So we're going to do a couple of warm-ups now. And with these warm-ups, I'm going to, let's see, can you push that back for me a little bit?
Sure.
Too far up. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. So, I'm going to do, this is a very, very popular exercise, and this is to help, it's a twofold exercise actually. Number one, it will help with your range, to extend your range, and two, it will also help to help you to get over your bridge, over that break in the voice, that crack in the voice when you sing too high and your voice cracks. It'll help you to get over that bridge. It's what we call lip rolls. Ready? And. Feel free to join in. Just try it. Remember to breathe. Good. Breathe. Good. Breathe. So these are great exercises for you to be able to extend your range in your voice. It will also help you, let's say you have a performance or you have to minister somewhere. This is a really good warm-up to do before you sing, because it warms up the entire range of your voice. If you notice that as Beverly was singing, she started in the lower register of her voice, and then she began to go into the mixed voice and into the upper register in her head voice. So, and of course, normally I would take her even higher and higher and higher, but I won't exhaust her today because she's already had her lesson for the week, so I don't want to. And then she sang so beautifully last night. She had a concert that she had to sing in. So, I just want to give you guys an idea that you guys are able to extend your range. Extend your range. And the more you train yourself with this lip roll, the more you're training your vocal folds to stay closed. Because what happens is your vocal folds are moving, right? When you speak, when you sing, they're moving. I think like 1,000 times a second or something, a millisecond or something like that. So as they're moving, you're creating sound. What these lip rolls do is it allows for the vocal folds to rest, and it takes the sound, right? Because vibration creates sound. That vibration is now being placed on the lips so that your vocal folds can rest. So what happens is when you get ready to go over into your voice is the point in your voice where you feel like you're going to crack, where your voice is going to crack. Now you're training the vocal folds. The reason why it cracks is because the vocal folds are not connecting, right? So you want to make sure that they're connecting, and this exercise helps to train that. It's relieving. It's taking the pressure off of the vocal folds and putting the vibration and the sound on the lips. So you're actually creating, when you do these lip rolls, you're actually doing it with your, creating sound with your lips at that point, okay? So I want to do one more exercise with her. Just to show you what we call muscle memory exercises. Okay? And with these muscle memory exercises, we do, there are different types of muscle memory exercises. You have some for the mixed voice, some for the chest voice, and head voice. So we're going to do a couple for the head voice, because I like to work her upper register so that she can grow. Beverly's range is actually alto, mezzo, soprano, so I want to move her on up there, strengthen her mezzo soprano range so that she can sing with more confidence at the top. So we're going to do some exercises there, and she's going to do what I call, now this exercise that we're going to do is gee gee gee. We're going to do gee gee gee, and with the gee gee gee, you're creating this muscle memory. It's kind of like when you go to the gym, right? And when you're lifting, you're moving the muscles, you're lifting weights or whatever. Your muscles are being exercised, right? Your vocal folds are also muscles, and they need to be exercised. So when you're doing this exercise in particular, this gee gee gee, sometimes I use go go go, but the main thing is to have that G. Why? Because that G is like a glottal. And a glottal is basically that hard sound that you get with consonants. G, 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 right? So that g sound is exercising that muscle. So as she's singing this, she's going to go through her resonant spaces. She's going to go through all of the resonances and come back down, okay? So that is going to help to stretch that muscle, and you're creating memory. You're creating memory. Why is that important? Because when you start to sing a song, the more you do this particular exercise, when you start to sing a song in that upper range, it'll be easier for you to do because you've trained the muscle to adapt to the higher register, okay? And her voice has already grown so much in these past 7 months.
That exercise in particular definitely helped with my upper range and being able to be stronger.
Yeah.
And not sound, as you say, monotonous.
Yeah, she started, when I first started with Beverly, she was actually, everything she was singing, it was like nice and chill, very relaxed, but now she started to go outside of her range, her normal range that she's been using, and she's been going up into that upper range, and it sounds beautiful. She has a very lovely sound, and it's maturing, very nicely. So, we're going to start with, do a few of these exercises. Now make sure that you're still using your diaphragm. And yeah. So when you heard Beverly do that one note and she got to the top and she didn't do it, it's because she didn't accommodate the space. It's really important that when you sing that you're accommodating the space in the back of the throat.
Yes.
So you have to lift up that soft palate. You have a soft palate and a hard palate. You want to lift up that soft palate, right? Now you say, how do you lift it up? Just think about when you yawn. When you take a yawn, just yawn really quick. Right? So when you take that yawn, you automatically lift that soft palate. Lifting the soft palate accommodates the space for the passageway for the sound to come through. Right? You want to make sure you keep it nice and lifted. At some point, you'll have to lift your larynx a little bit, but right now in this moment, because it's a lower range, she doesn't have to really lift it so much. Okay? Let's try it again. From the bottom. And. You see, that time she was able to do it nice and comfortable. Good. Now be careful as you move through your resonance. Good. We're going to do 2 more of those. Good. Actually, let's do 3 more. Good. Notice how she's opening, she's dropping that jaw. And one last one. One more. Okay? The more you do this exercise, the stronger your upper register is going to become when you sing, all right? So you want to make sure that you're doing, that you're always accommodating the sound. Remember, your voice wants to get out. You can't put a watermelon through a keyhole. Likewise, you cannot put, your voice through such a small space. You must accommodate the space. If you notice, the higher you go, the more you have to use technique. Yes. The more you have to use your vocal apparatus. The more you have to use the muscles. Yes. So you have to engage it more. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that space open to accommodate as much as possible. Okay? I'm going to take a drink of water here. You got it. Yeah.
Me too.
All right. So, with those 2 exercises, I wanted to show just those 2 exercises. I'm going to let Beverly now sing one of her songs. She's going to play and sing. She's a phenomenal pianist and singer. And then I'm going to just critique a little bit of what she's done. So I'm actually going to ask you just to do a verse and a chorus.
Okay.
All right? Do a verse and a chorus, and then any song that you feel comfortable with.
Lead me. We haven't done that in a long
time. Okay, then we can do that.
Okay.
All right. So she's gonna play now.
Just so it'll be real time. Like I need you to give me critique on that.
Absolutely. All right. So she's gonna play now. I'm gonna get on out of the way.
If I remember it, but this is
of course.
So it could be a real critique.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Let's go. All right. Just want to make sure I'm in the frame here.
Okay.
I've been through some failures, been through disappointments. Some days I didn't know which way I would go. I've been through rejection, and I've cried 'cause of heartbreak. And some days I didn't want to let go. But God, you said you'd be there. You promised me sunshine, and all I do is stand out in the rain. I wanna hold on, I wanna be strong, yeah. 'Cause I remembered one thing that you said. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be. Yeah.
Okay. So I told you, y'all, she's phenomenal. She's a phenomenal singer.
Thank you.
So what I want to just go over with her, if you guys noticed, her voice is excellent. She has an excellent voice. That's her original song. Like she writes original music. She's also a piano teacher as well.
Yes.
And she's just really, really awesome. I want to just critique it just a little bit in regards to dynamics.
Okay.
Okay? So the one thing that I noticed about as you were singing it is that your dynamic didn't move.
There we are.
Your dynamic didn't move, and that's our biggest challenge. Like with Beverly, is to get her to use more dynamics when she sings. Mm-hmm. So if you can do that verse again, and I want you to start at mezzo piano.
Okay.
Instead of giving me that forte, that mezzo piano. For those of you who don't understand, it means medium soft, yes. And forte means loud. So. Those are also things that you'll learn with me, dynamics and things like that, how to connect emotionally with the song. I know that we're doing this for Facebook Live and Instagram Live, but I want to make sure that you still make sure you're staying connected to your song.
Okay.
Right? That helps with dynamics, because sometimes when you know exactly what you want to sing about, and you know what you're feeling in that moment, the dynamics kind of actually work for themselves. And so I want to make sure that as you do these two, this verse and the chorus again, that this time that you're focusing on the emotion that you're having as you're saying your words.
Okay.
And then just start a little softer, and then give me more of that power in the chorus.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Some days I didn't know which way I would go. I've been through rejection, and I've cried 'cause of heartbreak. And some days I didn't want to let go. But God, you said you'd be there. You promised me sunshine, and all I do is stand under the rain. I wanna hold on, I wanna be strong, yeah. 'Cause I remember that one thing you said. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be. You did not bring me here to leave me, but you brought me here to lead me to where I need to be.
Listen, you see how that just like flipped it?
Starting soft is like the game changer.
Yeah, so when
Wow.
you're actually engaging in your dynamics, it actually creates an ambiance. You take the people on a journey. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that the people are engaged in what you're singing, right? And so that's what I do as a vocal coach, because there is a difference between a voice teacher and a vocal coach. A vocal coach actually helps to bring out what a person already has, right? And I teach a little bit of technique as well, just to help enhance what they already have. Yeah.
He teaches a lot of technique. No joke.
Well, I mean, it's definitely something that it helps you. The more technique, the more understanding of your voice that you have, the better you are as a soloist, the better you are as a performer, the better you are as an artist. And so I'm so happy that Beverly decided to come and do this today. I have many students that are, great students, but this one right here, yeah, she really does. She puts the work in, and that's one of the things I love about her. She really puts the work in. She puts the time in. Whatever I go over with her, whatever I teach her, she literally applies it. And that's the thing. That's what makes you a better singer. That's what makes you a better performer. That's what makes you a better artist. Is when you begin to apply what you learn. It's not. It's not. You just come to a lesson and you had a lesson. No, you're supposed to take what you've learned, so that you can apply it and grow as a singer, as an artist, as a performer. So I want to say thank you so much to you today, Beverly, for coming. That was so funny.
You're welcome.
So thank you so much for coming to do this. And so right now, we're going to take some questions. If you guys have any questions for us, I don't know how we're going to do this. Maybe we need to, I don't know. Let me see if I can get another chair or pull around the chair. Okay, you sat there. I'll pull this chair.
You want to pull that one up?
Yeah.
So guys, right now, Coach Tim is going to be doing Q&A. So if you have any questions about, vocal tips, vocalizing, coaching, drop them in the comment section. And I guess we can also figure out questions while people are figuring out
Exactly.
their lives. What's up, Jason?
Hey, I see Sabrina is on. God bless you. And I see Annette is on. Let's see who else. Is there anybody else? Do you guys have any questions?
Let's I'm gonna do this. Send it to people that I know. Yep.
Annette, Sabrina. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that I could send it to people to watch here.
We can definitely do that. And this goes for adults and children.
Yep.
Like, rappers.
Absolutely.
Rappers, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, well, it's clean rap. clean rap.
Clean rap.
This is the holy household.
Yeah, you got that.
All right. So I don't know if there's anything. I see you people watching here on Facebook, but I don't see anyone engaging here. So maybe people don't have any questions. I don't know.
Or do we have any questions that you think that people, or maybe I can give you a question that people might have.
Well, you could do that as well.
Hold on, let me just send this out to people who might be able to benefit from it. Okay.
How does vocal techniques in recording studio and performing live differ? Ooh, that's a very good question, Radical on Fire. Jason, okay. So vocal techniques in recording. So the thing is, you have to, with recording studio, you have to adapt yourself to the equipment, right? When you sing with a mic, for example, in a recording studio, you don't have to amplify your voice as much, right? You want to make sure that you're keeping your distance with singing when you're using the. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm moving like this.
Yeah, I want you to be in both.
Okay, so let me see. I put you in both too. Let's see.
Oh.
There we go.
Hey, Facebook.
There we go. All right. So yeah. So you want to make sure that when you are in that mic, that you don't sing so close to the mic, right? You want to, of course, you have distortion when you do that sometimes, but you don't have to use your how you say, your outside voice to sing when you're in a studio. Okay, and that's the difference between studio and performing live. You can relax your voice a little bit more. Of course, you have to practice what we call mic control. When you get loud, when you have to pull back. That you're not singing so loud that you cause distortion. You want to make sure that you have this mic control, right? As far as vocal techniques, the breathing is still the same. All of that is still the same. The articulation is still the same. Using your diaphragm, using the abdominal muscles, all of that, as far as actual singing technique, none of that changes. I think that the main thing in studio recording work is dynamics, right? Dynamics and being mindful of the type of equipment that you're working with. So I hope that answers your question, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. So I have a question to Jason's question.
Okay.
When you are singing, when I'm singing on the mic, right? Mm-hmm. Do I lower my volume or do I pull the mic back?
Wait, say that again?
In a live performance.
Yes.
Do I pull the mic back?
In a live performance, so mic control is very, very important no matter what you decide to do. Okay. You always want to make sure that you're not singing. Remember, a mic is like an amplifier. So it's like a megaphone. When you have a megaphone, you have the small piece here, right? Mm-hmm. Right? You have the small piece here, and then you have the big part here, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're using the microphone, it's the same thing. If you're using, I'll use my bottle of water. Mm-hmm. If you have a mic like this, right? You have the mic and you're here like this, it's already amplifying everything. So this is why it's also important to know how to hold a mic too, because when you do this, it's not amplifying, it's going above. Mm. If you hold it up, it's going underneath. You want to keep it, at a nice, a parallel, right? Distance. And when you sing, the louder you sing, the more it's going to amplify, right? So you want to, if you're going to do, said, you pull it back. When you have those big explosive notes, especially when they pop, right? You want to pull that back. So, said. You always want to pull the mic back. You never want to go towards the mic when you do loud sounds, right? High notes or anything like that, things like that. You want to keep it nice and keep that. I always say like use 2 fingers and just put the 2 fingers there, and it'll help to keep that distance, so you're not singing too close or too far away. Yeah, that's for the most part. That's pretty much it. You have to use mic control. It's very, very, very important. But never use a mic when it's down like this. You don't sing like that. You always sing out, right? Okay. That helps to amplify your voice, and you don't have to use as much effort.
What about the rap? Because I sing like a rapper.
Okay, rappers.
So anybody who has questions, you guys could drop it in for Coach Tim, and he'll answer any like vocal questions that you guys have.
Right.
But yeah, so sometimes I hold it like on the mic part.
So if you're holding on the mic part, then what you're doing is you're kind of stifling the projection, the amplification. Because when you do this, you're focusing, it's honing in on just where you're singing from. As opposed to the mic, if you notice a mic, if a mic was only just for the top, it wouldn't be around the side as well. So when you do this, you're covering up, and now you're going to create a deeper sound. It'll be a deeper sound, but it'll be distorted. It won't be cuffing the mic, right, Jason? Right? So you have to keep it open, because your voice goes out like this.
Okay.
It doesn't go out like this.
Got it.
So I don't know if you guys can see that.
Okay.
It goes out like this, right? It doesn't go out like this. So when you do like this and you're cuffing the mic, you're projecting the sound directly into the mic, but it's not being amplified. You see?
Makes sense.
It's not being projected.
It's such a habit that I need, like, I have to intentionally put my hand like towards more like closer to the bottom of the mic than the top, because I'm so used to cuffing my.
Yeah, so always whenever you have that mic, don't cuff it unless you literally want to create a louder sound. Louder doesn't necessarily mean better. It just means loud. So if you cuff it, you'll create a louder sound, but it'll also be a danger to create distortion. So it's better to keep the mic, if this is the top of the mic, you want to keep it here so that you have that amplification, to be able to sing. All right?
That makes so much sense.
Cool.
Anybody else have questions? Okay, so what is the journey like for people? Because I'm a teacher. Mm-hmm. I teach piano lessons. You know what I'm saying? I do some coaching with like groups and stuff like that, like at churches that I go to or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like understanding the journey of how long it will take. What does the vocal journey look like? So people who think it's like overnight or
okay. So singing, especially when you're learning about your craft, it's a continual thing. It's not something that ever stops. Like even though I'm a vocal coach, I still continue to learn. Yeah. Because I want to be the best singer that I can be, as well. And it takes, you have to give yourself grace and patience. Because a lot of people think that, I'm going to have these 4 or 5 lessons, or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then after 5 or 6 lessons, I'll be ready to give a concert. That's not necessarily so. Sometimes you have to have time to be able to give yourself the growth that you want to see, right? And a lot of people sometimes they expect it, like, I had 4 lessons, now I'm ready. No, I studied voice 8 years before I even began to teach voice, So you have to make sure that you are willing to give yourself that time to grow as an artist, and you'll see it progressively. Like in my lessons, for example, I always make sure that people have a recording device, because I want them to record not only what we learned in the lesson, but to record their own progress. Yeah. Yeah. And you begin to hear that progress as you steadily, study and do the work. Week after week, you'll begin to hear the improvement subtly, bit by bit. Next thing you know, 4 or 5 months down the line, it's like, wow, I'm actually doing this, Remember
that time that I wouldn't say I almost gave up, because I'm not a giver up. That's not my personality. But remember that time, like, you were looking at me all weird because I was just like, I'm not making any progress. It had been at least 13 lessons in deep, and I was just frustrated because I'm just like, in my mind, I should see more progress than I've already made. And we just had this long heart to heart, like, ugh.
And then from that moment on, she just started blossoming. From
that moment, I promise you, like, it was literally from that moment on that it was just like, and now every week I come to you and I'm like, let me tell you what I found. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just something different that just shows like it's not, you can't quantify it. You just notice it when it happens.
Right.
So
Right. Absolutely. I mean, these are things that you have to, again, you have to give yourself grace. And I'm hard on myself too as a teacher. I'm, as a coach, sometimes when I see that my students are, they feel like they're not advancing, then I feel like I'm not doing my best. And then it pushes me more as well to make sure that I'm pulling out what I need to pull out of them. So I'm always very open to feedback like that, because then it tells me, okay, then I need to do more.
Yeah.
To help them
but
be able to
my
come
mom
out.
was like, no, it's not you. It's
Yeah.
I'm just sharing my feeling. Like,
But you know what? And,
I felt like at that point it was a relationship.
Yeah, it was. So
I
like-
just want you to understand it.
and subconsciously, like I understood what she was saying, but subconsciously
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I gotta work harder. I gotta work harder to bring it out. I gotta work harder. So but like I said, she's blossomed so much for her to like actually. My biggest thing with Beverly was getting her to use more of her upper register. She was not using that upper register at all. I don't know if it was because she was, she had a fear of cracking or what the case may have been. But now she's like flowing through those upper registers and hitting those notes like a champ. Like seriously, and it's amazing for me to see her growth. I saw her performance last night and I was just like, wow, she really ministered. Like she really, and you could tell that she was applying the techniques that she had learned. So so it was great. So I just wanted to come on here and just give you guys this opportunity to see what it's like to have a voice lesson with me. This is something that I've been doing now since 2000, and I love teaching. I love being able to help bring out the best in people's artistry in their craft. And if you're interested in something like that, then I would very much love for you to go ahead and check out my landing page. It'll take you to the registration page. You just type in vocalcoachtimothy.card, but card is spelled CARRD. Okay, it's a double R. So again, vocalcoachtimothy.card.co. All right?
And we're going to put it in the description.
And we'll put it in the description as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you for letting us in. Absolutely radical on fire. That's Jason.
Jason.
Jason?
Jason? No, it's just regular Jason. But
You know what? She had me calling you Jason and your name is Jason.
Sorry.
You know what? So anyway, I pray that this, this like really helped you guys and encourage you to, give it a try. Nothing beats a failure but a try, right? So if you're interested in those lessons, again, I'll put it in the description as well. It's vocalcoachtimothy.card, CARRD.co. Okay. So I think I'm going to end early now because I don't see any other questions or anything coming in. And again, I want to thank you, Beverly, so much for doing this. She didn't have to come here, guys, on her
she didn't
busy
have to
day.
do it, but she wanted to. No, I wanted to, and I just want to say, like, I appreciate people in their spaces, but I will big this man up because he's taken me on this journey that was just like, oh, when are we gonna get there? And he's actually got me where I want to be, and I've already I booked 10 sessions with you.
Yep.
And this is a commitment that I made. Like, okay, after the 10 sessions, I know we're going to do 10 sessions again because I've seen the growth and I know where I want to get to. And even when I think I've gotten there, I know sky's the limit.
Amen.
So
Amen.
please
Right.
book a session with him.
Yes.
Try him out,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Please. Here on Facebook as well. I don't know who just came in. Somebody came in. But yeah, you missed the first part. You'll have to watch the replay. Anybody who comes in and sees this late, you'll have to watch the replay.
Exactly.
But I hope that you guys got something out of this free lesson today. It was an online lesson for you to be able to get a taste of what it's like to have vocal coaching from me, Coach Timothy. Again, thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Facebook, for watching. And until the next time, be on the lookout because I'm always offering, I forgot, I'm always offering specials. So my prices are reasonable. It's not like I'm pulling, it's not an arm and a leg. And the more sessions you book, the cheaper it gets.
Yeah.
So if you book only one session, then you got to pay the full price. If you buy a package, you get your first discount.
Yeah.
The higher the package, the more you get off. Okay, get off of the original price. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that, and be watchful because I'm doing that throughout the year. Like right now, I have a sale going on for the next 10 lessons up until July 4th. Instead of paying the full price, which is $750, for example, I normally give that discounted at $550, but now I'm going to do it for $490. So you get an extra $60 off of that already. What is that? $200 off. So that's $260 already off of what the original price is.
Because you're not just coming for one; it's a lifetime commitment. So he tries to work with us, y'all.
Right, right. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jason. Yeah. So that's it, guys.
Jason's a rapper as well. He's an artist. So
okay, nice. Yeah. You're welcome to come through. Welcome to come through. I work with, and I mean, if you want to learn, like, because I offer other courses as well. There's like ear training. There's music theory. There's all kinds of things. There's piano lessons, even beginner piano lessons. Because I'm not as advanced as Beverly here, but I can play to accompany if I need to. So with that being said, just check it out. You'll get a chance to learn a little bit about me as well. When you go to that landing page, it tells a little bit about who I am. And then on the very bottom where it says contact me, you just click on it. And if you're interested in registering, you can do so. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you again, Beverly. I appreciate it. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate her. She's a blessing. She really is.
We have too much fun. Like,
yeah, we do.
Not even serious.
All right, guys. So that's it. Thanks so much for your time. I pray that you all have a wonderful weekend. Take care and be blessed.
Bye.